You finally set a boundary. You finally said no. You finally put yourself first. And then it hits you. Guilt, doubt, that creeping voice that says, maybe I was too harsh. Maybe I hurt them. Maybe I was wrong. But let's be clear, taking back your emotional control isn't cruelty, it's clarity. This video will show you how to reclaim your power without apology, without guilt, and without shrinking back into who they trained you to be. So let's look at emotional control and what it actually means. Let's strip it back. Emotional control doesn't mean suppressing how you feel. It doesn't mean pretending to be fine when you're not. It means owning your response. Instead of reacting to their behavior, it means you choose when to engage. You decide what deserves your energy. You stop letting other people's emotions dictate your self-worth. It's no longer about fixing things so people stay comfortable. It's about finally feeling safe enough to stay centered in your truth. And you stop being the sponge. You stop absorbing their moods, their guilt trips, their projections. You stop managing how they feel just to avoid the fallout. And you start being the anchor, stable, grounded, in control of you. So let's have a look at why you feel guilty. Guilt is not a sign you did something wrong. It's often a sign that you did something different from what you were conditioned to do. If you were raised to be the peacekeeper, the caretaker, the one who smoothed things over, then choosing yourself will always feel like betrayal at first. Because your worth was built on compliance, not on sovereignty. So the moment you say no without explanation, pull back your energy, refuse to engage in emotional chaos, your body registers danger because it's unfamiliar, because it challenges the belief that your goodness is tied to your availability. You were taught being loved means being needed, being good means being available. And now you're rewriting that entire script, not because you're selfish, but because you're exhausted. Because leaking your energy to just feel accepted isn't kindness, it's self-abandonment. So let's look at the emotional manipulation that keeps you stuck. Here's what no one tells you. When you stop overgiving, people who benefited from your self-erasure won't celebrate your healing. Instead, they'll say, "You've changed. You're not as supportive as you used to be. And I can't believe you'd do this to me." But what they really mean is, you're no longer so easy to control. This is the guilt trap. It's the subtle manipulation that says, you're only valuable when you're compliant. And if you're not aware of it, you fall for it every time. You'll rush to explain yourself. You'll apologize for nothing. You'll undo your growth just to avoid that old feeling of rejection. But here's what matters. You don't owe anyone a version of you that harms you. You don't owe emotional access to people who weaponize your empathy. Their discomfort is not your guilt to carry. Their reaction is not your responsibility to soothe. You can care about someone without collapsing your boundaries for them. So let's have a look at how you stay in control without the guilt. Reclaiming emotional control isn't about becoming cold. It's about becoming clear. And here's how to hold your power with grace. Firstly, redefine what kindness means. Kindness without boundaries is self-destruction. Being kind to yourself has to come first. Then expect the guilt, but don't obey it. Say to yourself, this feeling is old. It's not a signal to stop. It's a sign I'm growing. Then stop over-explaining. Clarity doesn't need justification. You can say, that doesn't work for me, and leave it there. Then choose discomfort over resentment. Short-term awkwardness is better than long-term self-betrayal. Let it be uncomfortable. Let it be clean. Then anchor a new identity. I am someone who honours my energy. I'm allowed to protect my peace, even if they don't understand it. Replace guilt with truth. Write it down, speak it out, replace the lie. I'm bad for pulling away with the truth. I'm becoming someone who chooses alignment over approval. Then rehearse your new reality. Practice saying no. Practice leaving a text unanswered. Practice protecting your energy like your life depends on it, because actually it does. Every time you act from alignment instead of appeasement, you're healing a lifetime of conditioning. And in my closing statements, they taught you to be agreeable. Now you're learning to be powerful. They trained you to avoid guilt. Now you know that guilt is just growing pains. Taking your emotional power back will upset the people who benefited from your silence. But their discomfort is not your guilt to carry. Your peace is not up for negotiation. You're not wrong for changing. You're not cruel for creating boundaries. And you're not selfish for needing space. You're finally becoming right-sized in your own life, and you don't need permission to protect that.